They strike back.
Got one back, Chris So. Wayward start. First two balls went for wide, then an overthrow. Two dot balls, but this time no footwork. Played on to the stumps. Nothing short from Asif Sheikh. And the start the Viratnagar Kings wanted. Yeah, we are the Kings, says So. Asif Sheikh gone without scoring. Could you believe it? Bold soul. It's 11 for 1 after 4 balls.
The Hiru Mulantha, of Sri Lankan origin, but very much in his second home now in the United States of America, has qualified for USA, but not into the international side yet. There's such competition over there in the States in terms of getting into that squad. They've been having an excellent 2024. He will come in at number 3, keeper batter. Another wide down the leg side, so an erratic start, action aplenty.
What a first over this has been. It's all happened here. There's nothing short from Asif Sheikh. Aware that Chris Soul is going to bowl rockets. Not much footwork. Just stood there and then wafted with his hands, hoping that he'll get bat on ball. He did get bat on ball, it just played onto his stumps, that's all. Knocked the leg peg back. He's got to depart.
He's a good athlete as well, Chris Soul. His father played international rugby. Didn't just captain Scotland, he captained the British and Irish Lions as well. And if you're wondering about the demand and the hype and the craze and the fanaticism for the Nepal Premier League, rather them than me, but they're up there even in the branches of the trees.
Every vantage point taken, but that's not safe. People, please look out. Your safety is primary importance.
Very experienced at doing it. They do it for almost every game. Sometimes you see them with the motorbike helmets up there as well. What an entertaining opening over. 13 runs on the wicket come from it. The Bolts, 13 for 1.
सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्लस लिएको छु जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाखसम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ
त्यो उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ
Now, a young left armer to keep your eyes on. Not a left arm spinner, as so many of them are here in Nepal, but a left arm seamer. Pratish GC was part of that T20 World Cup squad. His action reminds me an awful lot David Willey of England and former Northampton Yorkshire seamer. Very, very similar. Can get it to shape back into the right-hander. He'll look to shape it away from the Hiru Mulantha.
जसले
England and former Northampton Yorkshire seamer. Very, very similar. Can get it to shape back into the right-hander. He'll look to shape it away from the Hiru Mulantha. And his big thing is about, I guess, the kind of mantra of bringing everyone together, putting the team first. And you can see already he's done that and he's so highly held in such great esteem here, alongside Monty Desai, the national coach of Nepal. They're the two kind of icons of coaching in Nepalese cricket history.
Know Monty very well from Mumbai. I think lives in the States now. Milanta would definitely have been one of Puvadu's picks.
It's very lucky here, Milanta. Yeah, there's a definite North American feel, isn't there, to the bolts. Let's get a look at this. This is the Omoda car. Omoda and Jaku, the fastest growing car brand in the world. It's a long-range SUV with the EV technology. 430 kilometers you can get off that. Really, Nepal, you get anywhere with that. It's not a huge country, very small country in terms of its geographic positioning, in between India and China. And that one there, we'll have to go up and have a sit in that. That looks good, doesn't it?
That really good.
Next up.
Going green, that's the way the world's going now. Why not? 430 kilometers battery. That's good. Probably drive up to the Indian border.
I think you'd nearly be in Delhi with 430 kilometers. I might be wrong. I'm going to check that. Very narrow country, Nepal. Good bouncer. He's worked on putting on pace. That's something Monty Desai has spoken to him about. Out of the national team for the most recent tours, Rajan Dakal got the left arm seamer spot, but you can see he's trying to bowl quicker.
It's been quite impressive. He's hustled through. He's got to hustle through the crease. He bowled a heavy ball to Milanta as well, which he pulled. Just fell very lucky in the no man's land, but he's testing out Anil Kumar Saha early. And I like bowlers who try and get up to the head. It's a good sign of aggression.
Well, before someone tweets me or tells me I'm wrong, it's 1,000 kilometers to Delhi. We'll get to the border though. We'll get down to the beautiful Terai region, where a lot of the players come from, Bhairawa, but well, I see a lot of those come into the contest. I love the way they've designed the competition though. The way they put it together, meaning that almost every single one of the kind of key regions is represented. And this is just the first year. Every game is here for this season at the TU ground. But I think in years to come, we're going to head down to Pokhara, take in the beauty of the mountains and the lakes there. Now, number 2, it's kept low. Anil Shah tries to play across it. And all of a sudden, it's game on here at the TU.
Yep, 2 in 2, and that's exactly what the Biratnagar Kings needed. The captain has to go. 2 experienced batters in the shed. This was a slower ball followed by the bouncer. This is really good bowling from Pratish. Bowled him all ends up. Yeah, ran his fingers over the ball, kept a tad low, and uprooted the off stump. Young Pratish, terrific over. What a start. 2 runs and a wicket in his over. 5 of 4 balls, Anil Kumar Shah. 15 for 2, game on.
Nepal Medicity Hospital, world-class healthcare services, accessible and affordable for all, for a healthy and prosperous nation.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं Himstar for a complete home.
Definitely kept a little low. Not something we were expecting from the surface, not something we saw in it. All of a sudden, target 128 looks a little while away. Harsh Thacker to the creases, had a good start to his day. Face up to Chris Soule, the crowd really getting into it. Who are they cheering for is the big question. Not sure, is it Lamachani's kind of adoration maybe making him King supporters?
Terrific start. Majority of the runs have come through extras. Again, very well bowled. Well disguised slower ball. Ran his fingers through it. Kept a tad low. 2 experienced batters in the shed. Played all over it.
Really good replay that last one. He was almost appealing for the LBW. He thought it might have hit the pad, but you don't need to appeal when it smashes into the off stump.
The batsman would have blinded him a little bit because of the angle at which he bowls from. Got the off peg, uprooted. Yeah, it's game on, certainly. Going to be a tough little chase. Sandeep Lamichhane to come. Chris Soul clocking good speeds. Just talking a bit about Pokhara. I've heard so much about it. Tell me a little bit about Pokhara, please.
Helped around the corner with the pace of Soul. I think that'll get to the rope. The man out of deep backward square leg. He'll chase in vain. And Thacker applauds Malantha. A nice swivel pull shot, well controlled.
Not the length to be bowling at the Tribhuvan University. Didn't get up as much. Nice shot. Good balance on that shot. Swiveled on that back foot. Milantha shows why he's widely regarded as a good player, especially by Pubudu. He's placed a lot of faith in him. Welcome boundary. Takes him to 20 for 2.
That one's a wide down the leg side. Yeah, Soul certainly starting a little erratically. Lokesh Bam has the gloves on. We expected a high-scoring contest, didn't we? You'll often see that at the start of competitions here. You just wonder if the ground staff almost being a bit protective of the surface, kept a bit more grass on it.
He'll have to, otherwise it'll crumble. I was just speaking to the groundsman. That's 4. It's down the leg side as well. Was it leg buys or was it off the bat? We've got to wait and see. But the fans are happy. The runs are coming thick and fast. Chris Soul has got to pick up his radar.
Yeah, it's another Super 4 powered by Ncell 4G, and what that means, it's going to be 4 more education kits for school children across Nepal. That's donated by the Ncell Foundation. What a legacy that is going to leave. Really love that initiative. We'll see that impacting schools across the country. Just not getting his line right here, is he? Chris Soul, 2 leg side right now. Better, much better, and well fielded by Akib Ilyas in close cover.
They don't have a lot of runs to play with, the Kings. Need to be disciplined. They've got 2 early breakthroughs. They need to be disciplined. Soul's going all out pace. The surface is not helping him. Just talking of the surface, I was talking to the groundsman. He said the nature of this clay is that if you don't leave grass, it dries up very quickly. And he's a bit worried with the tournament lasting 21 days. He's got 6 trips
in the air. Gets a good piece of it. Not sure if he's going to get enough to get to the rope. Oh, yes, he will. There's another Super 4 powered by Ncell 4G. Malantha, a little like Guptill, took a while to get in, but now starting to look good. The second boundary of the over.
That was a good shot. It was pitched up, but he just hit through the line. Didn't bother to keep it down. He wanted to take maximum advantage of the power play. 3rd boundary of the over and 2nd off the bat of Milantha. Runs coming thick and fast here. 14 runs already.
Better ball to finish the over. 3 bowled, 29 for 2.
Himstar for a complete home.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
An immediate change of bowling here. Malantha's profited from the few loose ones from Seoul, but Jitendra Mukia, former national team player, last played back in that T20 World Cup qualifier B in Oman that Nepal couldn't get through in 2021. Known as a very good death bowler, good with his Yorkers, Shiram, but just surprised by that change. I thought Pratish GC was causing problems.
stole the words out of my mouth. Thought Pratish had a very good start, and especially with the new ball, he was getting a bit of shape as well. I would have definitely given him one more, but we're going to see it. Jitendra Mukhia. 3 for 18 is best against Afghanistan at Chattogram in 2014.
On the leg side, that'll be a wide. Just saw the drone shot there of this ground. I know your incredible CV working with Australia, with their spin bowlers, playing cricket all across India. Not many more beautiful grounds that I've ever seen. What do you think?
Especially coming up to the hills, I think it's so beautiful. Dharamshala in India is one of the most picturesque. Look at those mountain ranges at the background. So beautiful. Even the flight to Kathmandu, it's just snow-capped mountains all the way.
Yeah, certainly think about this time of year in Nepal. It's so beautiful. It's 18 to 21 degrees. It does get cold in the mornings and the evenings, actually. The 9 a.m. games will be interesting. But yeah, you talk about the festival of the Himalayas that this is. I've got to correct myself from earlier. I said that this trophy was 8,848 millimeters. It's not. It's 884.8 millimeters. But that's been done because of the tribute to the exact meter height of Sagarmatha, of Mount Everest. There's actually not a rock from Everest itself, but one of the most famous viewing points as we go up the trophy here. Look at the top of this. This, for me, is one of the most beautiful trophies I've seen in my entire life, and one of the most unique. Part of the Himalayas built into it. Beautiful work.
So much history, so much culture. That's what Nepal is all about. So beautiful. Look at that for a sight. The city of Kathmandu in the background with the hills are even a brilliant sight.
And one of the things I love about it here in Kathmandu, it's not really just the one city, it's multiple cities. You've got all of that history and heritage of UNESCO World Heritage Sites in and around it. You've got Kathmandu itself, but then you've also got Lalitpur, which is very historic, and Janakpur, which is even more historic. Talk about, sorry, that's out in the east, but you've just got history and heritage and culture all throughout. They're so proud of where they're from.
Janakpur almost dates back 7,000 years to the Ramayana. Goddess Sita was apparently born here. Coming back to cricket, it's been a good little over from Mukhia. Bit of a slingy action. Should be good with his Yorkers. The run, that 2 over wide, conceded the first ball, but then 4 dot balls. Put the brakes a bit on Harsh Thakur. 30 for 2 after 3.4.
Required run rate won't be a concern yet, though. Just want to keep these wickets in hand. Big pressure, though. Definitely been applied. 7 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in and around the valley of Kathmandu. That is incredible. Bhaktapur is the third of it's kind of 3 cities that were 3 different kings almost kind of built up: Kathmandu, Lalitpur and Bhaktapur. And I'm going to take you up there on one of your days off. It's about 15 kilometers away. Beautiful.
Please. I am game.
Great yogurt there. They make it in these little clay pots, and oh, I just love this city. Very, very special place.
Love your local knowledge.
Down the leg side, and the potential of a maiden for Mukhia is ruined by another Super 4 powered by Ncell 4G to round out the 4th. It's 34 for 2.
DHI Happier Home. Tutte sahi.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Yeah, remarkable to think of that Nokia over. It was looking really good, wasn't it? Until that last ball actually leg buys down the leg side. We're going to see another change of bowling. Really a change of ends for Pratish GC. So he will come on from the Chobar end of the ground. Their addition for this year's MPL, the big screen coming into play. Fans are loving that. Now, we're going to get some immediate in-game reaction. Let's get down to Mikhail Vaswamy, who's got Kevin O'Brien alongside him.
Come on, GC.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew. Just the right time to have a quick chat with the head coach of Viratnagar Kings, Kevin O'Brien. Kevin, 34 for 2 in the 5th over. Your thoughts on this game at the moment? Is it poised?
It's action-packed first 4 overs, wides, extras, boundaries, wickets. It's obviously the crowd are enjoying it, but tighten up our lengths a little bit and our lines a little bit, and the wicket's not as flat as you may think. It's keeping skidding through a lot. So that was his assessment of it. First thing is skidding through. It's not a free-flowing wicket.
Right, you spoke of the wicket and how the wicket has behaved in the first innings, 127. That's not what you would have settled for. What do you make of the track, particularly the spinners coming into action very early?
Yeah, I think their spinners bowled quite well. They bowled quite slowly, which obviously didn't allow us to get any pace in the ball. But obviously our spinners hopefully now have learned that. But 127 is probably a little bit under par, obviously, but not massively under. Maybe 140, 150 would have been par.
Yeah, huge atmosphere, huge setup over here. Inaugural edition, coach of the Viratnagar Kings. What's the first piece of information and knowledge that you've given the kids?
Yeah, I think we just got to enjoy it. The players, we've got to enjoy the opportunity to play on a world stage. Obviously going out to millions of people around the world. Enjoy the pressure that brings, and obviously there's a big crowd in the stadium as well. So just embrace that and try and play your natural game and show the world what you can do.
Coach Kevin O'Brien, we've seen the batter Kevin O'Brien. You've done the length and world in cricket, a journeyman yourself, an aggressive 30. Is that the message always for the play cricket?
Yeah, I think it's important in T20 to attack the power play as much as you can. But in saying that, you've got to assess conditions and assess the wicket and then play accordingly. So yeah, it's always trying to be positive and proactive.
Right, thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck in this very game.
Thank you, cheers.
And Kevin, it's back to the commentators.
Well, our thanks to Kevin O'Brien. Great to hear from really not just an Irish legend, but a legend of the world game. We'll get a quick look at this boundary that Malantha picked up. 389 appearances for Ireland. Kevin O'Brien, the most capped Irish sportsman of all time until very recently. Paul Sterling's just gone by him, his great pal. And Kevin O'Brien's second visit here to Kathmandu. He loves Nepal too. Great close friend of mine. So happy to see him here involved in season 1.
Pratish definitely testing out the pitch here. He's got some good bounce. Not happy with that being called wide. It was a good shot from Malantha. Stood tall. Caught his hands high enough to get over the ball. That was let go. He's pulling some decent pace here, Pratish. Got a good change of pace too, which we've seen when he got Anil Kumar Shah.
Just going back to the head coaches there, Kevin O'Brien, the Irishman. There's also a great Indian connection. Umesh Patwal, the former head coach of Nepal. Nandan Vadnis, who's the current assistant coach. Rajiv Kumar, who's got that experience down with the Chennai Super Kings in the IPL, but also then a great breeding ground for Nepali coaches to come through. The former national team captain, Gayanendra Malla, Prashanta Shahi of the Kathmandu Gurkhas, and Jagat Tamata, the under-19 national coach, also alongside Prabhuda Dasanayaka. Really good selections for me.
Excellent. What a good mix of overseas and local coaches.
Do not want to take a single to Nicholas Curtin. He is ever so quick. And that's what this whole league is about. It's not just about developing players, it's about developing officials, breeding the next generation of fans, bringing through coaches. I know it's only day 1, and I get in trouble sometimes for getting too excited, but you can already feel how great this NPL is going to be.
Without a doubt. The response from the crowd has been amazing, and the quality of cricket is only going to get better as we go deeper into the tournament.
Oh, what a shot that is.
Shots like that will make the tournament even better. Malantha finishes off with a maximum. Siddharth Bank 6, crossing ropes, creating hopes. That's exactly what it was. 46 for 2 after 5.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Two wickets. It's been a very fine counter-attack, particularly by Milanta. 20-17 in hot pursuit of 128, and Janakpur bowls need 82 of 90 with 8 wickets in hand. What a contest here. We saw the spinners wreak havoc in the first innings. Vilyas comes in from the combox end. Over number 6, the final over before the field restrictions will be lifted. He's a very dangerous customer with the ball, Vilyas. We can expect him to ask a few questions, and just like how I'm going to ask a few questions to HD Ackerman in the combox. Good afternoon, HD.
Good afternoon, Mikhail. He's going to have to ask a lot of questions here because at the moment the Bolts are cruising. Yes, they're 2 down, but there's no real threat as far as the run rate is going. And what a stroke this was to end the previous over. They'd be difficult to find, the big ones today.
Yeah, they've got a 6 very early in the innings, unlike the Biratnagar Kings, who took some time to tee off.
The Kings were also cruising at one stage, weren't they? Guptill was playing really well. He had a measure of the surface, but as soon as he was dismissed, the spinners came into their own, and certainly the middle and late order really struggled with Kevin O'Brien talking to you about that. And the surface was really slow, and the spinners from the Bolts bowled particularly well. So the Kings will still feel is that if they can just nip 1 or 2 out here, that the tail might struggle.
That's chipped in the air. He falls short of the field at long off. And courtesy that single, the 50 as well comes up for Janakpur bowls. They are on course at the moment.
So important to get a win early on in the competition. It just eases the pressure, not only the players but the coaching staff as well.
Yeah, and what they need right now is a good partnership. You don't want to slide. You don't want the batting team in the chase to cave in. 2 very experienced players. Tucker came good with the ball. That's certainly come and rub in his batting as well. Biratnagar Kings need a wicket from here. Very important to keep striking. Just going too hard at that one.
The problem is that the modern day players, they don't seem to worry too much about the required run rate, even if it's sitting at a run a ball. They want to score at 2 runs a ball. They want boundaries, they want 6s. Get themselves into trouble if they play too high risk from here. They just need to nudge it around, and they could cruise in here if they just play smart cricket. And that's the end of the power play. So 6 gone, 52 for 2.